Welcome back, guys, to another video on the channel. I hope you are well. Today's West Ham video, I want to talk about the latest contract updates and talks regarding the club at the moment. What players are set to be offered a new contract. Guys, if you're new to the channel, make sure you hit the subscribe button, make sure you hit the like button. Let me know in the comment section down below your opinions on these contract rumours. And also, guys, I've updated the channel, I've upgraded the channel in terms of the channel banner and the channel logo. Let me know if you think it now looks a lot better. I personally do think it looks a lot better. Let me know if you think. Now, guys, the first is Lukasz Fabianski. Now, Lukasz Fabianski has been a fantastic servant at this football club, and now rumours that he's going to get another 2-year contract. Apparently, there was actually a clause in his contract that we can actually extend it for another 12 months. But it does look like that West Ham are actually going to go ahead, scrap the 12 months and actually offer him a 2-year deal. Now, Lukasz Fabianski is 35 years of age, so that contract will take him till the age of 37. And to be honest, at 7 million, he's been a fantastic servant for this football club. You know, we signed him under Pellegrini for £7 million after Swansea got relegated. And to be honest, he's exceeded expectations, in my opinion. We knew we was getting a pretty solid goalkeeper. At the time when we signed him, he was a goalkeeper that was making a lot of saves in terms of shots ratio. And he hasn't disappointed. Yes, he had a bit of a blip last season coming off an injury. When Roberto went in goal, he had a bit of a blip. He was making mistakes that you wouldn't normally see from Lukasz Fabianski, noticeably in the Liverpool game. Liverpool game last season when we lost 2-1, I think it was 2-1, I think Lukasz Fabianski made 2 blunders, let 2 balls go underneath his legs, and we should have won that game against Liverpool if it wasn't for the Lukasz Fabianski mistakes. Now, what do I believe we should do regarding Lukasz Fabianski? I'm well up for giving him another 12 months, but I feel like 2 years could be a bit of a stretch. However, I can fully get behind it if West Ham put the scouting system in place to sign a new goalkeeper. For me, obviously, whilst goalkeepers could probably play till they're 37, 38, 39, West Ham need to spend big on a goalkeeper. We do need a long-term number one. Now, there's been talk regarding Fabianski's distribution. It has always been a weakness of his game. Fabianski's always been a shot stop and sort of a reflexes kind of goalkeeper. He's never been a goalkeeper that's been very comfortable to play it from the back, and that is one of the reasons why Arsenal got rid of him. Arsenal got rid of him in his earlier days because he doesn't have the ability to pass it out from the back and sort of take the ball in under intense situations and play it into players in a 6-yard box when he's getting closed down, and he just normally lumps it up the field. So distribution has been a problem, but we're not really a passing it out from the back team. However, I would like West Ham to go and spend big eventually in the transfer window. I would love to see Nick Pope at West Ham. Obviously, for me, he should be England's number one. So to have a potential England number one goalkeeper at the club, he is 29 years of age, so we could easily get 5 or 6 years out of Nick Pope. And it's actually madness to think that Nick Pope is 29 years of age. I would love to see Nick Pope. He would probably cost between 20 to 30 million pounds, I would imagine, because of his age. Again, a similar kind of goalkeeper to Fabianski. Distribution's not the best. His distribution's not the best. But are we the team that plays out from the back? Does he have to necessarily have the best passing distribution or long ball distribution? Maybe not. I'm not too sure. It's certainly up for debate. But, you know, he's a fantastic goalkeeper with fantastic reflexes, a big, stocky guy, very, very tall at like 6'7". So for me, it would be a fantastic signing. Now, let's talk about the main news regarding Declan Rice. Now, is Declan Rice set to be offered a new contract? That would take him to the top of the earning salary at West Ham. Now, Declan Rice, I mean, if there's any player in this West Ham squad that deserves to be the highest paid player, for me, it's Declan Rice. Now, I'm not actually too sure how much he's on, but I'm pretty sure he's on between 40 to 60 grand a week. Now, if those reports are true, or what I've just said is true, I'm just basically going off what I've seen online, then considering the players that we have on 100k a week, Lanzini, probably Haller, including goal bonuses, etc. Felipe Anderson, who's out on loan, he's on like 100k a week or 85, 90k a week at West Ham. Yarmolenko, there's a lot of players at this football club who do far less and earn a lot more money. Now, everything that with Declan Rice, his reputation in football is growing week by week. When he's playing for West Ham on Sky Sports against Manchester United, and he's dominating games for the first 45 minutes, for the first 60 minutes, for the first 90 minutes. We are seeing a player grow in his role as a captain, as a leader, and he is one of the first names on the team sheet now for England. You see Gareth Southgate stick by him, talk about his, leadership qualities, what he's actually brought to this squad. And since he's gone from Republic of Ireland to England. He's made over 10 caps now for England, I think, which, you know, is absolutely phenomenal considering that this guy's 21 years of age. Now, a lot of people do forget that Declan Rice is 21 years of age. A lot of people think, you know, that he's the finished article at 21 years of age, that he's very limited in terms of his game. How can he improve? He can improve by maybe, you know, taking a little bit more risks in terms of receiving the ball in the half turn and playing those wonder balls. Yes, he's actually a very good passer of the ball. He's a very good passer of the ball already, but can he sometimes take those risks? Because he's got the ability. He's got the ability, and I would love to see him take more risks in terms of his passing going forward. But for me, his anticipation, his reading of the game, there's no, you know, there's no qualms in terms of a lot of big pundits, Jamie Carragher, you know, John Terry, who's sort of an assistant manager / pundit at times, Gary Neville, all these big guys, Rio Ferdinand, rate this guy down to the earth. It's because of his reading of the game. It's because his positioning, his awareness, his ball ability, his physical nature, his ball carrying skills, and you're certainly seeing that. And for me, we have got to make him long term. We've got to make him captain long term. Now, I do believe, you know, that transfer talk will continue in January. I do firmly believe, whilst I don't think he'll leave in January, I do believe that Chelsea will be sniffing around, maybe trying to unsettle him, maybe getting Mason Mounts here to go, you know what, maybe speak to Declan and try and unsettle him a little bit and just see where his head is regarding a move to Chelsea. Do I think Declan Rice wants to leave West Ham? No. Do I think if presented with the opportunity, Declan Rice would leave West Ham to join Chelsea if Chelsea offered like 80, 90 million and there was a bid accepted? Yes, of course. I feel like Declan Rice has a point to prove. He probably feels at Chelsea. But right now, I firmly believe he's loving life at West Ham. I think we should back him. I think we should give him 120, 130k a week. Give him the amount of money that reflects his ability. He will go to the very top, just like the players like Frank Lampard. I've got no doubt that he will probably leave West Ham, which is unfortunate to see, unless we miraculously under, you know, David Moyes the next couple of seasons, you know, fulfil his ambitions by getting into Europe, by getting into the Europa League, by performing well domestically in the Premier League. Then it's going to be very hard to keep him. But for me, for the meantime, let's keep him happy. Let's give him 120, 150k a week, whatever he wants pretty much. And let's back him, because for me, he's got to be captain one day permanently of this football club. Now, talking about captains, let's talk about club captain Mark Noble. Now, Mark Noble has sort of had a, you know, he's sort of been on the bench a lot this season. A lot of the times under previous regimes, he's played a lot of football. Every single manager that has been at this football club, I could name, you know, David Moyes in previous tenures, Manuel Pellegrini, Sam Allardyce, you know, the list goes on in terms of managers. A lot of West Ham fans have been calling for Mark Noble to be dropped or not to feature as much as he used to for many, many years. But every single manager has picked him, maybe because... not because of what he brings on the football pitch in terms of his ability. He's a very good passer of the ball. He's a very good player in terms of when you're coming up in those London derbies, he's that player that's going to give you that extra 5 or 10%. However, it does look like West Ham are going to give him a new contract. Now, this new contract is supposed to only be 12 months. Now, his current contract is going to end apparently at the end of this season. So to give him a 12-month contract that is mainly going to be based around appearances. Now, he's not going to get a basic wage in terms of... you know, like players, if they don't make the bench, they'll still get their 100k a week. Like Yarmolenko, hasn't played, going to get his 100k a week no matter what. Now, apparently his new contract is going to be based around appearances and what he does around the club in terms of coaching. Now, it is well known that Mark Noble is doing a little bit more behind the scenes in terms of looking at the academy, in terms of getting involved with the academy and sort of give him his advice, his tips, and sort of experience. So for me, it's very important that we keep players like Mark Noble and figures like Mark Noble around the club. Now, Mark Noble is a legend of this club. Whilst his ability has not been probably, you know, the greatest in terms of players like Trevor Brooking, comparing them to that kind of era. Trevor Brooking, you know, Jeff Hurst, Billy Bonds, Bobby Moore. The list goes on in terms of legends. For me, Mark Noble is a legend. He's a modern legend, modern time legend for West Ham. He's been through it as a fan. He's a fan that plays for this football club. He's been through it as a fan in terms of he's been there through the highs. He's been there through the lows. He's been there through the dark times, you know, all the owner stuff, everything. He has been there through thick and thin for West Ham. And for me, it's very important that we keep these kind of people who love the club we keep them at the club. We've got players such as Colton in and around the club now. We've got players like Ginger Pelly, who looks like he's doing some kind of work with the club in terms of media. We see Colton Cole, as I said, he does the academy, he does the media. We have Kevin Nolan on the staff as well, who was a West Ham United captain, where Sam Allardyce brought him in when we got relegated. For me, it's very important that we keep these kind of players around the club that know West Ham, that breathe West Ham, that know what the fans expect, know what the fans feel like after a loss. And, to tell the younger players, this is what it means to play for West Ham. Because, no disrespect to a lot of players that we do sign overseas. For example, Anderson, Haller, they don't know what it's like to play for West Ham. They don't know what it means to play for West Ham in terms of players coming from, Newham, like Mark Noble, what it means to generally play for this club. So for me, it would be very wise if we give him a 12-month contract, and he could actually play more for West Ham, because all it takes is 1 or 2 injuries to the central midfield, because we're very low in terms of numbers in the midfield with Rice or Souček. If one of those get injured, then Mark Noble will feature in more games going forward for West Ham. Touch wood, they don't get injured very, very soon, because they are an integral part of this David Moyes team. But if it does, if one of them do get an injury, then Mark Noble will feature a lot more often than what he currently is. Right now, he's sort of just making cameo appearances, coming off the bench, trying to ease the game, trying to get, when the game is going away from us, maybe come onto the pitch to try and shore up in midfield, to try and get our foot on the ball a little bit more, to try and regain possession, to sort of give us a little bit of breathing space in terms of relentless attacks. So for me, it would be very wise that we give Mark Noble a new contract, guys. Let me know down below what you think of the contract situation regarding Fabianski, regarding Declan Rice, and regarding Mark Noble. For me, as I said, Fabianski, I would love to see a new goalkeeper. I'm very behind a 12-month extension to his contract and then scout for a new goalkeeper. Declan Rice has got to be the #1 paid player at West Ham. He deserves it. If there's anyone at our football club who deserves it, it's him. And Mark Noble, give him a new contract. Yes, base it around appearances and what he does around the club in terms of, the academy and his coaching. But we've got to keep these kind of people at West Ham. If we are to, to develop these youngsters, to let them know what it really means to play for West Ham, what it really means to pull on the shirt for West Ham and play in front of us fans. We're a passionate bunch of fans. And it's because we love this football club. So for me, it's important that we keep people like Mark Noble. For guys, make sure you hit the like button. Make sure you hit the subscribe button for more West Ham videos. As I said, guys, let me know what your personal thoughts are regarding these contract rumours, and let me know what you think about the channel branding. Just click on the YouTube channel. You'll see the new channel branding of Declan Rice and Ogbonna and the new West Ham channel logo. Let me know, guys, as that would be greatly appreciated. I'm trying to reinvest the money that I do make from this channel back into channel. I'm trying to improve this channel as much as I can. So guys, make sure you hit the like button, make sure you hit the subscribe button, and I'll catch you guys next time. See you later.